I wasn't lying.
Oh, I'm so jealous because I was wearing a French maid outfit all weekend. I cleaned the house. I vacuumed. I did the dishes. I made dinner. I did everything. And I had to do stuff for the show. And I even went out to bingo with a bunch of kinky people. I did. And I still had time to massage her feet. The maid's work is never done.
I'm
Ladies and
jealous
gentlemen,
about that part.
yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Nicholas Tannock. This is YKF Weekends. This is the kink community. This is kink culture. Everything we say, everything we do is between consenting adults. We're consenting adults. This is a culture. It's a lifestyle. Don't judge. Don't judge. Judgy people are lonely. You seriously, there's a loneliness epidemic. Maybe if you're not a judgy asshole, you won't be so alone. All right? Think about it. Let's get on with the show. It's YKF Weekends. We have this is going to go down in history as a classic show. These are some of my favorite people. Of course, we have Miztress Claudia with us, as always, from Arizona. Oh, she is Saint Claudia, as I call her, saving animals and everything. But we have a very good friend, Neci Archer, with us, who, in her magnificent French maid outfit, yes, please, I'm going to take everyone out so we can show. Please turn.
Yeah.
This is so beautiful. Neci Archer has been on the show. Magnificent content filled with silk, lingerie, chastity, and flogging, and a lot of worship, and it's great. And then, we're very honored, extremely honored, magnificently honored to have Sammi Smith, a friend, a guest of the show, a friend of the show. Check out our episode. Magnificent. Oh my God. It's on Spotify right now. Sammi is a dominatrix. I safe to say it's sissy turned dominatrix. Went the sissy route now. Very, very strong dominatrix, and we're talking about transformation. We're talking about feminization. It's YKF Weekends. Hello, everybody. Neci, meet Sammi.
Hi.
Nice.
This
to
is the
meet
first
you.
time they're meeting, so I'm just gonna kind of
Nice to meet you
let
too.
them talk for a bit.
Yeah.
So you've
Yeah,
been
I've been
following each
stalking your
other.
page. Yeah. No,
I
I've been stalking Sammi for the longest. I just love all her content. Your content's so fucking amazing. I'm definitely a sip.
And I have gained an awareness of your content as well. You are on my radar for sure, doing the sort of stuff that I tend to like to do in my own domain. So, you look adorable in your outfit today, by the way, my dear.
Thank you. I'm blushing a little bit.
Well, that's good.
I'm sorry.
It's always good to get a little bit red on the cheeks.
Yeah.
You know.
This is gonna be great. So, Mistress Claudia, you deal with sissies. They come in. They come in your dungeon. They ask things. They ask to get dressed up. Certain take it to a different level. I like to say that there's spectrum of a spectrum. There's the slutty sissy, and then there's the classic kind of elegant, sophisticated French maid, and there's everybody in between. What would you say the people who come into your dungeon lean towards more?
Definitely more of that. Definitely has the slut component to it, I guess you could say. They're, yeah. If that
And
makes
what about
sense.
Sammi? You have people coming in, and one of your specialty is transformation, is transforming them.
Correct.
And what a magnificent job you do. Very impressive. So, do they want to be more slutty or more of the kind of classic style?
It depends on the individual sissy. However, it more depends on what I want them to be. Because if a sissy is coming to me and submitting to me, at least if they're going to be a long-term submissive of mine, my taste enters into the equation. And my preference is for the sweeter, more classic sissy look, because I think it contrasts better with depravity. I think if you combine sexual stuff with that classic, clean, beautiful look, it highlights it. Meanwhile, everybody expects somebody who's dressed in a slutty outfit to be a slut. Now, slutty clothes are easier to acquire. They're cheaper. They tend to be skimpier. You can find a lot of cheap outfits on Amazon. The more classical sissy outfit is going to cost a little bit more money. It's more investment generally, unless it's directly Japanese focused, in which case then it's frequently bought from China and it can be in any kind of price range, but then it's going to fall apart relatively quickly. I have a preference for the classic sissy, and so generally the sissies that I meet tend to fall into that category. But I have sissies that are sort of more on the slutty side, more on the cross-dressing traditional side as well. Some that want to be dogs or cats as well. Pet play is an enormous component of some of the domination that I do with people, and then it kind of creates a different class of sissy. Also, a lot of sissies that I meet with want to be babies. There's an enormous ABDL sissy community as well. And then their outfits tend to be more on the sweeter side, but it does not make them, in my personal experience, any less slutty.
And Neci, what do you like better? You like being, I mean, I saw you making the bed before. Oh, I wish I broadcasted this because you look so sexy. So your butt and your legs. You're bending over to make that bed in your pink French maid outfit. So what do you prefer?
You know, I definitely, I don't feel like I have a preference. I kind of like them all. I guess it just depends on my mood. Like sometimes I'll be like the super slutty sissy, you know. Other times I want to, you know, wear my frilly dress like this and be a maid and go clean the house and stuff. You know. And then I actually am a little, so I also, you know, partake in the ABDL stuff as well. So I guess it just depends on like my mood that day of, I guess. Yeah. I don't feel like I have, I guess if I had a preference, it'd definitely be more of this kind of sissy. I don't know if this would be, you know, the frilly cutesy sissy is definitely more of my preference. Ever since I saw the first frilly sissy content stuff, I'd like got drawn into it. And I was like, one of these days I'm gonna have one of those cute frilly poofy dresses, and that's gonna be my entire closet. And here I am now.
Now, have you noticed? I mean, both of you traveled. Sammi, you've traveled. We were talking about differences between California and New Jersey and stuff like that. But have you noticed differences in how sissy transformation is perceived within the BDSM communities that you've been a part of? For example, does California treat sissies different than New Jersey? Do they act differently?
It's not regionally based generally. It's generally more based upon the kink community. So there's a large subsection of the trans community that distances themselves from sissy content and the sissy lifestyle because they view it as infringing upon their femininity to a certain extent, and they don't think that there's like enough room in the space for sissies and trans women to be together, because then people will perceive trans women as sissies and it degrades the integrity of the trans experience. This is not an opinion I personally subscribe to, but I've seen it a lot in various different kink communities that I've been a part of that are more trans LGBT focused, will occasionally have a problem with sissy stuff. Regionally, though, I find that people, I guess regionally there are slight differences. Regionally in California, people are much more relaxed and tend to have sex more. And then on the East Coast, people seem to be uptight and have sex slightly less. And it's a little bit easier in my experience in California for people to integrate their kink aspects into their personality without receiving judgment. On the East Coast, I find that people compartmentalize a lot and separate things out, and thus have a kink persona and a public persona that's completely and totally different. I come from, I suppose, a California school. I personally do not believe that being a sissy infringes upon transness or is an insult to it. I spend a lot of time arguing that the two things are just completely separate. They can be found in the same person, but they're separate. I think as more education is going on, there's a little bit less stigma surrounding being a sissy in the greater LGBT community. It's a real shame because you would assume that it would be a melting pot and that everyone would be accepting of everybody regardless of their identity. That's what I would assume. However, not always the case, but attitudes are relaxing a little bit over time as there's more education. I find there's a little bit less stigma now in the LGBT community surrounding the sissy lifestyle, which is positive. However, we're on a knife's edge when it comes to LGBT issues in the United States at the moment. So I have no idea when things are going to explode.
Miztress Claudia, have you noticed that sissies are different in, like if you get a sissy in your dungeon from Arizona, are they different from, say, a sissy from England or from New York or from another part of the world or country?
So absolutely. For example, what was just stated, I am from the East Coast. I'm from Boston. I would consider myself the exact description of what was just stated. When I moved to Arizona, I was taken aback at first by the there is a difference. There is a difference. It's definitely more open and definitely more sexual on the West Coast than the East Coast. Is much more conservative. I think it's more psychological. I think there's more it's
the cold in the New York garbage.
Well, I do think that it's not as accepted to have your personal life and your public persona. I do believe that there's more of a separation of different persona where it's more accepted and more open and to me it's normal, but to the it's much more normal to me on the West Coast than the East Coast. So
what I was thinking of like the Diddy parties. Do you think the Diddy parties could have happened on the East Coast? And were there French maids and sissies at the Diddy parties?
I would say no. I would say Diddy. Didn't he have like a house in New York or something in the Hamptons or no?
I'm just being silly.
Oh, because I would. So I think in his situation is he, no matter who he went after, he was just a predator, which is a completely different. That's criminal. Like he's, all of, in the BDSM community, I feel like, everyone should be able to just express and be themselves and, just it. I know that you've mentioned that before on the East Coast community. I feel it's much more accepted here openly as opposed to on the East Coast.
Yeah, I do want to make a very important statement that the Diddy parties and all that, they do not represent the BDSM kink community at all. I just want to let you know that everybody knows. I mean, everybody has sex and gets, but it does not represent the kink community. Neci, let me ask you this. There are certain aspects of like the whole sissy narrative and the sissy culture that just like push you over the limit, and it's different for everybody, right? sometimes it's just the panties. As soon as you feel the panties to go on. Sometimes it's lipstick. Sometimes it's eyelashes. Sometimes the wig or whatever. So basically, what aspects of feminization, clothing, behavior, titles, feel most significant in your scenes, Neci?
For me, it's definitely got to be the outfits. I think that's what drew me into the whole sissy stuff and feminization stuff was like the super cute frilly outfits and dresses. That's what I've always loved about it. And then, just that's really just grasped my attention. And every single time I watch like sissy content or sissy things, I love it when they show like the frilly dresses because that's what I love. So that's why I, am like a sissy per se. Like Sammy said, I'm a trans girl who is a sissy. But like,
is there a specific part of the dress though? Like, for example, when the petticoat, like you feel the petticoat, it adds like this whole. It kind of takes me away. Like the French maid outfit, I have to admit, it really takes me to a different space than another outfit. You know what I mean? So, is there a specific part of the dress that does?
I think it's just like frilly, the frills and the petticoat. Yeah. Most recently, for sure, because of my surgery, it's the panties. That was definitely a wake up call because I'm feeling new sensations that I've never felt in my entire life. And so trying to get used and accustomed to it, it's like every movement gives me like tingles.
And when you get those, like when you get those tingles now with your situation, what do you do? I mean, are you in chastity? Do you do something about it?
No.
Do you make yourself not do anything about it?
As at the moment, I can't really do anything about it. For clarification, I got circumcised like a month ago. So that my head had never been able to, I've never seen my head. And I got circumcised. And so now I was finally allowed to like feel all these new sensations. So currently I'm in what I like to call medical chastity because my doctor said not allowed to do any kind of sex because I'm still all bandaged up. But she told me to have as many erections as I can to help with stretching the penis and everything and healing everything.
The doctor told you to have as many erections as you can.
Yes.
That should be
about like 2 sessions ago. That's what they said. They're like, I want you to have as many erections as you can. I was like, okay.
How would you describe it?
I was still not able to do anything. Everything feels different. It's like a brand new penis. It looks different. It all feels different. Like I said, wearing panties before, it wasn't event. It was just normal garments. Now it's been a whole switch up, and it's been like a huge difference for me. And like I said, every small movement is now like sends a tingle because my head has never been exposed. And now that it's being exposed, it's had so many of these nerve endings that I've never felt before.
Wow. Any questions, Miztress Claudia or Sammy or Neci?
Is it smaller?
It's I don't think so. I actually think it's like a tad bit bigger just because my foreskin isn't like blocking anything. But I mean, I'm still pretty small regardless. I've always been small.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to chastity, and that sadly won't happen until like maybe a month or two.
Sammy, please tell Mrs. Claudia and Neci about your current situation with your son.
Oh, my like full-time sub?
Yes. I think they'd find it very interesting.
What do you want to know about it? Because there's a lot to tell.
Yeah. Well, you are not only supporting but paying for the transition, correct?
Correct. Because it was my choice. Because I made them transition for my amusement and benefit. I mean, it's a consensual thing, but dubiously so, because there's full consent. There's like a contract, but the whole point of it is that it's forced.
Consensually forced. Stan Vladimir asks, was there any difficulty removing the foreskin due to certain veins, for example?
I don't know. They didn't put me under, but they put a sheet.
They didn't put you under
in front of me. No, I was awake for the whole operation.
Oh my god!
They
fucking Christ.
Yeah. They basically did like general area anesthesia, so they injected they gave me like multiple shots. I think it was like 10 different shots on my penis, so that I won't feel any pain. And then they basically just draped like a white sheet in between me and them, and they just did it. The whole thing took about 45-ish minutes to like fully complete.
And let me ask you this, what was the point? Like, what was the purpose of doing it now as opposed to when you were younger or any other time?
Well, my parents never got me circumcised, one, so that's why I didn't get younger. Two, when I had my consultation, I'm actually a little happy that I did it now rather than later. But when I went to my consultation, because my foreskin has always been covering my head, and I've never been able to pull my foreskin back.
Yeah.
There was the doctor said like later in life there would have been a risk of my foreskin fusing with the head of my penis, and that would cause different kind of problems for me. And so if it would have ever gotten to that point, then the procedure would have been a little more difficult, and I would have actually had to get that procedure. So at the time, I was just gonna kind of do it just to do it. Yeah.
So you had phimosis.
I went to play bingo on Friday with my friends. We didn't go get circumcised.
I did. Yes, I did. I had phimosis.
Yeah, so that's one of the most pathetic conditions that a human being can have. That means that your penis is so small that it can't escape the foreskin. No wonder you turned into a sissy. That's unsurprising.
Yeah.
Calling a spade a spade.
So, are there any specific rituals, rules, or scenes that revolve around your sissy identity? Before I ask you that, I want to ask Claudia that. Claudia, when a sissy comes into your dungeon, do you have? I mean, every client's different, right? Every sissy's different. You met one sissy, you met one sissy. Do you have any specific rituals or kind of rules or scenes for your sissies as opposed to the other ones, as the other clients?
No. I everyone is different, and I like to, before, especially if I don't know the person, I like to really kind of know where they're coming from a little bit before we go into a scene. So no, there's not like one specific protocol that I use when I deal with anyone that is a sissy.
What about Sammy? Are there any kind of rituals or rules that you lay down for your sissies?
2. First thing that I do, and this is to Miztress Claudia's point, essentially, is I like to have a 10 to 15 minute conversation with the sissy where I can establish limits safe word, and also get a sense of what they like, what they want, what their deepest desires and fantasies are, what they're looking to fulfill, their journey to sissification, where they're at in terms of sissification. I practice with pain-based toys on them in order to see where their threshold is at. I ask them about their level of experience with anal, whether or not they've cleaned out properly, their experience with dicks, their experience with men, just to like get a sense of where they're at. But also I have a conversation where I see the humanity in them and they see the humanity in me, so that no matter how fucked up our kink play gets, there's this moment of recognition where we can both see each other as human beings who have a certain inviolable dignity that goes beyond just kink play. I find that that often sets people at ease and also starts off the relationship in the correct format. I have recently developed a new rule for sissies that I maintain almost 100% of the time, and that is a sissy is never allowed to touch me without permission. I touch them. And that the control of physical touch is completely governed by me. Because certain sissies don't know any better, they will try to do things that are too sexual for my personal taste too quickly. And I need to sort of be the one to set the standard and set the tempo of the session in order to maintain control.
Wow. We have a question here. Nathan Jade, hello. I've subscribed and clicked the stream on the careers of finding. Oh, working out in therapy. Nathan's working out the kinks in therapy with the help of YKF. See, this is what I wanted to ask you. We are helping people now, Miztress Claudia. I don't know if you know Neci or Sammi about Miztress Claudia, but like I said, I joked around and I call her Saint Claudia. This woman has saved animals. There's a whole show just about saving animals. And one thing about the sissy narrative, right? There is a savior aspect to the Dom. I have to admit, it's beautiful not making decisions. It's right. It's beautiful. Like seriously. So I understand that submissive quality and that transference to the Dom where there are many Doms that I know are basically saved the lives of these sissies that they took them into their dungeon. They've basically fixed them in so many ways. Like, okay, you got to get your finances in order. You've got to get your personal aspects of your life in order, your family in order, your professional life is in order. Yes, suck cock for me on camera, but you got to get all these other things in order too. Like there is a savior aspect to it. So, Miztress Claudia, do you feel that sissies, as opposed to other subs, other like the babies or anything like that, do you think that sissies have that kind of transference, and how do you deal with it if they do?
Like transference is it like what do you mean
like
by
they
that?
fall in love with you practically. They fall in love. They think that you are the savior. And also, do you feel responsibility and a burden to be the savior, so to speak, of the sissy that you take in?
I feel over the years of as I progressively unfortunately get older, I've become a lot more in tune with being sensitive and compassionate with whoever meets with me. I feel that anyone who is whether sissy or baby or someone who a mommy type thing, I kind of, I mean, I do care. I care a lot. Anyone that comes to me or another, Dom for exploring their desires, their secrets, their whatever they can't with, the people that are around them in their life, I feel very honored and I'm in tune with, whatever they want to get out of our interaction, even though I'm the one that is the captain of the ship, I want to make sure that they get growth from it. And, you know, it's not just some entertainment for an hour or two. I want to make sure that it really, you know, they leave and they feel, you know, better about themselves, about their life, and that they have someone they can trust.
Sammy, the savior aspect. Do you get people like that, and do you also feel a responsibility that you are their savior in many ways?
So Claudia is absolutely right that you just end up as a dominatrix feeling compassion for the people that come to you, and you want to help them within your sphere. However, I also see a lot of different people, and a lot of different people will tear at you and take as much of your time and energy as they possibly can. Especially when it comes to parasocial interaction, some of the people that see me and are my current subs have been fascinated by me for years and want every little scrap of time and attention that I can give them. And so, yes, of course, these people want me to be a savior to them, but I can only help them for so long and give them so much. And so what I do is make sure to set up appropriate boundaries to keep that parasocial relationship from snowballing and growing into obsession. I remind them, hey, listen, I want to help you as much as I can with our session. I want to tap into your desires. I want to help you feel good about yourself. I want to educate you. I want to teach you about kinks so that you can take this information out into your real life. But at the same time, I tell all my sissies, I cannot fully feminize you all on my own. You need to do it for yourself. I will give you the tools in order to be able to do it, but I cannot be there for you 24/7. I cannot be your lifestyle mistress all of the time. I have a sub that I have dedicated my life to doing that for. And I find that setting appropriate boundaries, discussing the amount of time that you are willing to spend with a sissy outside of session and within session creates a healthy relationship for both myself and the sissy.
We have a comment. I didn't want to brush this off. Nathan Jade said this. Hello all. I'm subscribed and clicked on the stream out of curiosity.
Oh, you read this
Finding
one?
it wonderful. Yes, finding that the stream is talking about sissification. It's a kink, and I'm still working out in therapy. So this Nathan Jade is here working out in therapy his fetish for sissification. Someone is in therapy right now, and they're talking about sissification. What do you suggest they ask a therapist, or what do you suggest? What road that therapy should go down? Do you think, or any suggestions for them? I don't know. What do you suggest? What do you suggest to Nathan? What advice would you give him? Neci?
You know, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I'm more of a listener than giving advice. Yeah, I don't know.
Sammy?
Oh, so I started laughing immediately because when I attempted to go to therapy to deal with my own feminization and sissification kink, I came out the other side a woman. So, like, when you start to examine your kinks, a lot of shit gets uncovered. It is inevitable that things will be unearthed deep inside of you that you were not prepared to have come out. Many of our kinks are based in trauma, and you will discover things that you really worked hard to forget pretty often when you go into therapy and you start discussing your kinks. However, if I were to give them a piece of advice about it, listen, everybody is in process. Everybody is dealing with their issues. And it's not about the place in the journey you're at right now. It's about walking the path, trying to progress to a healthier place. In my opinion, it's really about taking two aspects of your personality that are super separate, that might feel diametrically opposed. Like for me, my normal male personality and my sissy personality felt completely and totally different. And the thing that my therapist helped me with was collapsing the two of them into a single personality that allowed me to feel everything in a wholesome, integrated format, which made me a much, much happier and stronger person. So seek integration, walk the path, but be prepared to find bramble bushes and snakes along that path that you had no idea were there, because it happens to absolutely everyone.
Yeah, the kink rabbit hole goes deep. I'm into stuff. I never thought, like 10 years ago, I never thought I would be locked in chastity, wearing a corset and garter belts and stockings underneath the suit and tie, talking to these three awesome people. So you never know. The kink rabbit hole goes deep. And with that, kink trivia. All right, let's talk about fashion. All right, kink trivia. This is something that we do here at YKF Weekends. It's a silly, whimsical game, right? You win prizes that are fictional, that mean absolutely nothing. So you're in the YKF world. This is the YKF universe. It's whimsical. I plug these questions in to Chat GPT and Grok, so some of them may be wrong. Claudia and I picked up, and St. Claudia picked up the Beethoven thing. I'm still trying to see if Beethoven wore chastity. So, yeah.
I got right into
If anyone knows,
Beethoven fucked like a monster. He never wore chastity. It's how he got deaf. It was in part due to a venereal disease. I'm telling you, I studied Beethoven.
First question, and we'll go around the room. We'll go. Miztress Claudia first, Sammy second, and then Neci last. Okay. Okay. So here is the first question. It's a fashion question. What French designer popularized the new look in 1947, emphasizing a hyper-feminized silhouette with cinched waist and full skirts? Was it A, Yves Saint Laurent, B, Christian Dior, C, Karl Lagerfeld, or D, Christian Lacroix?
What was the first choice?
The first choice was Yves Saint Laurent.
Oh God, that's a hard one. I'm just gonna say, I'll say Christian Dior.
You'll say Christian Dior. Sammy, what do you say?
It's Christian Dior. It just is.
Okay. Neci, what do you say?
I'm gonna pick a B because I generally don't know.
You're gonna pick.
I actually know this one though.
You are all correct. You are all correct, and and for that you get, what do you get? You get a kinky teleporter. You can teleport to any dungeon in the world at any time and anywhere. Okay, that's the first question. So that you get the gist of what we're looking for. Okay, all right. Here's another one, and now these have a theme, obviously. In what classic novel by Louisa May Alcott does a character suggest dressing as a boy to sneak into an all-female event, though the plan was never executed? Is it A, Little Women, B, An Old-Fashioned Girl, C, Our Town, or D, Jane Eyre? Miztress Claudia.
Little Women.
Little Women. What about you, Sammy?
No, I also think it's Little Women.
And Neci?
I'm gonna follow what the Doms suggest, and I'm gonna pick Little Women.
You are all correct, and for that, RuPaul comes over and edits all your outgoing emails. Okay, so we get the new question. Oh, this is a good one for you film buffs. And this is, like I said, there's a theme to this one. In what Pedro Almodovar film does Antonio Banderas force a young man to have a sex change in reaction to the death of his daughter? Is it A, Desperado, B, Once Upon a Time in America, C, Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down, or D, The Skin I Live in? Mrs. Claudia.
Oh gosh, I don't know this one. I would like to watch that movie though. I'll just say Desperado,
Okay, Mrs. Claudia says Desperado.
but I think I'm
Damn it.
wrong.
What is your answer?
I've seen this movie before. It's The Skin I Live in.
The Skin I Live in. Neci Archer. What is your?
I'm also gonna pick the skin I live in.
Riding on my
just sounds
coattails,
like
I
it'd
can
be it.
see.
You are absolutely correct. It is The Skin I Live in. Great movie, great film.
It's
Great
incredibly
film.
fucked up.
Yeah, it's incredibly fucked up movie.
Horrifying movie.
Great film.
Really good though.
Very good. Very good. And for that, Libs of TikTok gets kicked off of all social media accounts.
Yay.
And but Mrs. Claudia,
What do I get? I get something
You
really
lose.
bad.
you get something really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get. This is what I have written down. You
Tell
have to
me.
get into a hot. You have to get into a hot tub with John Voight.
Who's John Voight?
He's the guy from Deliverance. He's in the Reagan movie. He's an old actor. He's been in a lot of. He's in The Deer Hunter. It's funny because I was in Hawaii.
Great movie, Deer Hunter.
I was in Hawaii at the Waikiki Hotel Pavilion. I was like in 8th grade in this hot tub, and who did I see? John Voight. so stupid. I don't know. This is a whimsical show. It's supposed to be whimsical. All right. Let's go to the next question. Hold on. Let's try to get the whole thing. Okay. In what 1967 exploitation film depicts a soldier forced to take estrogen and wear lingerie when a dominatrix blackmails him? Is it A, She-Man, B, Angela, C, Glenn or Glenda, or D, I Changed My Sex? Once again, I'll read the question. What 1967 exploitation film depicts a soldier forced to take estrogen and wear lingerie when a dominatrix blackmails him? Is it A, She-Man, B, Angela, C, Glenn or Glenda, or D, I Changed My Sex?
I'll say Angela, but these are all movies that I want to see. I haven't seen them.
Mrs. Claudia says Angela. Sammy, what do you say?
It's She-Man. A.
It's She-Man. Okay. Neci Archer?
I'm gonna choose I Changed My Sex.
Well, Sammy is correct. Of course, Sammy is correct. And for that, Sammy,
Yep.
Sammy, you get stockings that never, ever, ever run ever for the rest of your life.
Fucking God, that's the thing that I want the most in my
Ever,
life.
ever. They
I'm
never
fucking
run. They never
jealous.
sag. They never run. Ever, ever, ever. You don't need garter belts, but you use them anyway.
Thank
Hopefully,
fucking
right.
God. I needed that. Thank you so
But
much.
Mrs. Claudia and Neci, oh no, you got a bad gift certificate. Claudia, your neighbor is going to constantly park in front of your driveway, and you're constantly going to have to tell them to move. Every time you have to leave, every single time. And Neci, you're going to have to give an awkward foot massage to Howie Mandel, who is OCD and is a germophobic.
Oh, he
So
hates
he will
that.
definitely be
I have a foot fetish. I'm fine with that. I have a huge foot fetish. I'm cool. That's a reward.
But what
I don't know
is
if we
very
want Howie
interesting.
Mandel's feet.
What I
Not
thought
taking
this was
Men-
funny.
feet.
Men's feet too?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ugh.
me too.
All right, to each their own, I guess. But like,
Oh yeah, check out
Hey,
She-Man. I watched
I-
it last night. And here is here is a bonus question.
Ooh.
The
Bonus.
director of She-Male directed what movie? Also directed what movie? Wait, before you answer, if you know, here I'm gonna ask. We're gonna switch up the routine. It'll go Neci first, and then it'll go Claudia. It'll go Neci, Sammy, and then Claudia. All right. So the person who directed She-Man
Okay.
also directed this movie. Was it A, The Godfather? Was it B, A Christmas Story? Was it C, Mary Poppins? Or was it D, A Jungle Book?
Whoa.
Just because I think it's so funny and like totally like the opposite of what She-Man is, I'm gonna pick The Godfather.
Okay. Sammy, what's your pick?
It's just not a Francis Ford Coppola movie. And I find it unlikely that a Disney director would have directed it. And so it's Christmas Story. Like, that's the only one that I can think of that logically makes any sense.
Miztress Claudia, the person who directed She-Man also directed what movie? Was it The Godfather, Christmas Story, Jungle Book, or what was the other one?
Mary Poppins.
Probably not that
Yeah,
one.
Mary Poppins. It's probably not that one. That's right there. When I said that, I was like, that.
A safe bet that it's not Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
You said it's not a Disney. What is it, Miss Claudia?
Well, is the Christmas Story movie the one that had the leg lamp?
Yes.
Yep.
So that's kind of interesting about that
Wait.
lamp.
Can't.
So,
Director Bob Clark also directed A Christmas Story. That is
She didn't
100% true.
answer, Nick.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
it's okay.
So
You
let's-
jumped
No,
the gun. You
I
should
always
take
wondered-
whatever nasty thing you were going to give away for getting this question wrong.
I was
Yeah,
forced
I think that's
forced her to
fair.
watch
I
Salo or
agree.
120 Days of Sodom. I was going to force her to watch Sodom or 120 Days of Sodom.
Well,
Actually,
that
I was
already
going to
seems
force.
like a good time.
I was like destroyed when I see that movie. Miztress Claudia, a bad movie for Miztress Claudia to watch would be the animal cruelty version of Cannibal Holocaust. That would upset her. So I would.
Otherwise
I would
known as
recommend
Animal Holocaust.
Animal Holocaust. Yes,
um,
Fast
they
with the puns.
murder a turtle.
aw.
They eat it.
Turtle.
What?
They eat it.
No.
I love turtles. I used to have a pet turtle.
Their flesh is
All right, let's get-
unnervingly sweet. They don't make good eating in general.
All right.
Yeah.
Next question. In what 1983 horror film
Ooh.
reveals that the killer was raised as a girl due to coerced gender switch? Was it A, Sleepaway Camp, B, Slumber Party Massacre, C, Salo or 120 Days of Sodom, or D, Silent Scream? We'll go Neci first. What 1983 film reveals the killer was raised as a girl due to coerced gender switch? Sleepaway Camp, Slumber
I'm
Party
not a
Massacre,
movie buff.
Salo, or Silent Scream? Pick an S.
I'm not a movie buff, so I'm just gonna guess Silent Scream.
Okay. Sammy.
See, I remember the specific plot of this. I think it's Sleepaway Camp because I remember the plot taking place at a camp, but I don't know the name of the movie 100%.
Miztress Claudia?
I'm gonna pick Slumber Party Massacre.
Well, Miztress Claudia,
Sounds like a
you
sex
are
film.
correct. You are correct. At the end of Slumber Party Massacre, there's actually, you see the penis. She's running with the knife, and then you see the penis. And with that, oh my God, you get you get a foot massage by Beyonce.
Nice.
Ew.
You don't like
I would rather
Beyonce?
one
No,
by
she's-
Howie Mandel. No.
Okay, you get a foot massage by Howie Mandel.
I don't know. I'm joking.
You can get them both. You could have Howie Mandel give a foot massage to Beyonce.
I'll rub my
Or-
feet all over Beyonce's face.
Yeah. Oh, that should be a quote for the.
Love it.
No, I'm just kidding.
Of course you are.
Can't believe I got that wrong.
Yeah. And then, oh yeah, because you got it wrong, unfortunately, Sammy, unfortunately, you have to peg an overly talkative and not, you can't gag them. You have to peg an overly talkative community college professor who just doesn't shut the fuck up about sociology.
That already sounds like my job. So
I was
Yeah,
gonna
but
say,
you
that sounds
can't.
a little too realistic.
You can't gag them ever.
yeah, but can
Ever.
I physically hurt him?
I
If I can
you-
hurt him, then I don't care.
Okay. And Neci, you got it wrong too. So for that, you have to wait outside of a club for eternity with Ja Rule.
Ja Rule.
Because he's Ja Rule, the rapper, the guy. Forget it. You'll know it's a
Firefest.
Firefest.
You remember
Is it-
that?
is it-
Yes.
That was Ja
Oh, no,
Rule.
Firefest.
I don't know.
Okay.
You've never heard
All
the
right.
musical
Gotta get to wait outside
stylings
the
of
club.
Ja Rule?
You know-
50 Cent's greatest nemesis?
50 Cent destroyed him. I had never liked Ja anyway.
I know who 50 Cent is.
All right. What classic comedy features two musicians disguising themselves as Josephine and Daphne to escape the mob? Is it A, White Girls, B, Bridesmaids, C, The Birdcage, or D, Some Like It Hot? Neci,
Bridesmaids.
what is your answer?
Wait, who are you asking?
White girls.
White Girls. Neci says White Girls. Sammy, what does Sammy say?
It's Some Like It Hot.
Some Like It Hot. And Miztress Claudia, what do you say?
White girls.
You say White Girls too. Ah, interesting. Oh, Sammy is correct. Sammy's the only one correct.
I've watched this movie.
Yeah, I have too.
Great movie.
And Sammy, you get all of your gutters cleaned by a leather daddy. But unfortunately, Neci and Miztress Claudia, the streaming circle on Netflix just keeps on going. Over.
I don't have Netflix.
No.
That's okay.
Or Hulu, or Pluto, or
I don't have any
Honestly,
of them. So,
they should create a porn site called Nutflix. Huh?
yeah.
Like,
Huh? Huh?
All right.
That's a great
I'm
idea.
gonna patent it now.
Here's a sports question. It's easy. In the 1930s, what term became a widespread insult due to the help of football coaches and sports journalists? Is it A, pansy, B, wuss, C, sissy, or D, faggot? It's a derogatory, hurtful term. It's used as an insult. 30s, sports. Take a wild guess, Neci.
30s. I'm gonna guess pansy.
You're gonna, really? Pansy, wuss, sissy, or I'm not even going to say the other word.
I don't think it's the last one. I really don't. I think
It's
it is
not.
pansy.
Okay. Sammy, what is your opinion? Is it
You know, I'm really tempted to say faggot just because, like, I know that that's not the origin of the term. It comes from like a English kind of fascist context, but like, whatever. Sissy, wuss, pansy.
Think of journalists, sports journalists in the 30s.
Yeah, pansy.
So what sounds better? He was a pansy, see? He was a wuss, see? He was a sissy, see?
Sissy, I feel like is more of like a 40s, 50s kind of term. So it was a big wuss. Big pansy. I'm gonna go with wuss.
It
wuss.
was.
I don't know the answer to this one, not even remotely, but I'm gonna go with
This
wuss.
is Claudia.
I'm just gonna go with it. Sissy.
Sissy. Mrs. Claudia, you're right. You took the context clues of the show, right?
Fucking
And
damn it.
was it Nici's dress Was it Nici's French maid outfit that gave you the clue? And for that, no one catfishes your account. So I don't get any things from Miztress Claudia 1 or 02 or whatever saying, "Hi, are you into BDSM? Can I have your bank account information? Can you be my slave?" Every day. Seriously, I get stuff from
all the time. To this day, I still get them all the time.
Do you engage to that with them at all? Do you like
every once in a while?
If I'm in a bad mood, I'll be like, "What are you doing?" Yeah.
No, I fuck with them. I'll play along, but I'll just start fucking with them.
What do you do to fuck with them?
So I'll basically tell them that I'm actually a dominant and not a sissy.
Really?
And so then they'll kind of get offended by that. And so we'll go back and forth. And then, like one time, I told them that I'll take them out on a date. Just send their photo. And they sent me a photo of like this girl, which I knew it wasn't them because they picked like a generic OnlyFans girl. And so I was like, oh yeah, I've subscribed to her before. I know that's not you because I talked to you, which I didn't. I was just pulling shit out of my ass. And they just disappeared. I just fuck with them all the time. It's pure entertainment for me.
I make them feel bad. I make them. You know how how mothers make sons and daughters feel guilty. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, what you're doing to the community is horrible. Like, what do you do? Like, you're a disappointment to your mother. Like, I say shit like that. I don't know. I get weird. So let's get into it. In what century did the French maid outfit first emerge as a recognizable style of domestic servant attire in France? Is it the 17th century, the 19th century, the 20th century, or the 21st century?
I saw 19th century when you scroll down, so I'm gonna guess
19th
century.
It's a fucked up show. I didn't know anyway. No one knows the answer. It evolved from practical uniforms worn by household servants in wealthy French homes.
Yeah, but see, I knew that. I did.
You did.
I did not. I'm not very smart. I'm not a bimbo, but I'm just not that smart.
So, remember we were talking about sissy, wuss, pansy, and all that stuff? Sunshine and I were looking for honorable mentions for those words. And this is what they came up with. Cream puff.
1 second.
Pussy, milk toast, panty waist, and dandyish. I thought that was
dandyish.
All right, we got. Let's see what else we got. What popular theatrical genre in the 19th century helped turn the French maid outfit into a symbol of flirtation and fantasy? Was it vaudeville? A. Was it opera? Choice B. Was it melodrama? C. Or was it comedy? D. Neci, let's go to you. What popular theatrical? You are going to guess
opera.
You are going to guess. You're going to guess opera?
Yeah.
You're going to guess opera. All right.
Yes.
That
sounds like it's wrong because you asked me twice.
No, I'm trying to produce the show, so I'm always that's why I'm always flustered while I'm doing this, because I'm always doing a million things at once because I have no producer. So my reactions are always just take them for a grain of salt. So you're gonna say opera. What about you, Miztress Claudia?
What was the first answer?
The choices. Well, let me just redo the question.
Okay.
What popular theatrical genre in the 19th century helped turn the French maid outfit into a symbol of flirtation and fantasy? Is it A, vaudeville, B, opera, C, melodrama, or D, comedy?
Gosh. I'll just say the first one because I don't really know what it is.
Vaudeville. You are correct. Vaudeville is, think of cabaret and burlesque. It's very that kind of style.
Okay.
Vaudeville is
okay.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
that makes sense.
It's all right. Let's see if Sammy knows the answer. What popular theatrical genre in the 19th century helped turn the French maid outfit into a symbol of flirtation and fantasy? Was it vaudeville, opera, melodrama, or comedy?
I'm gonna guess in this case melodrama.
Melodrama. No.
It's probably opera though.
No. You're wrong too.
Is it
I
vaudeville?
guessed
Neci
opera.
guessed opera. She got it wrong. Claudia guessed vaudeville, not knowing what it was. Both of you, Neci and
It's comedy? That's
No,
just a
vaudeville.
general.
No.
It's vaudeville? Okay, so it is
Yeah.
vaudeville.
It's vaudeville, and for that,
Yeah, vaudeville was the 19th century, but like symbol of flirtation and fantasy, vaudeville was like a comedy genre.
yeah. For getting it wrong, you get shamed on Twitter by the Christian right
God damn it.
for a
I
day.
already do
For
that.
one day. For one day. You already do that, but like this is
So
like,
stupid.
and Claudia, Miztress Claudia, you I have this. I don't know if you want this because you're such a nice person. I don't know if you'd like this, but it says your ex wakes up with rope burn and has to explain why he has it to his current partner. So
Where
just
would
wake
the
up
rope
mysteriously.
be?
That's up to you.
Oh.
Penis.
Oh, absolutely.
Penis. Sammy comes in. It's right in the clutch. Perfect timing.
Give it to him on
Penis.
the penis.
Can I share something kind of funny and personal?
Please do.
So many years ago, I made an extremely huge error in my life, and I went through a horrific divorce. And my ex actually didn't show up to court, and we had to continue the date because he actually broke his penis.
Amazing.
I'm not
Sounds
even
painful.
I don't know how he broke it. I mean, he told me he did, but he broke it, and I wonder what it looks like after that. But he really
Now
did.
I kind of want to look it up.
Probably something like
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein's penis.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Now, did he? How did he act towards you as
Harvey
an
Weinstein.
excuse? Did he do it because you are going through a divorce, right? At the time,
Yeah.
right? So was he? How did like as a person who just broke their penis? How does one react to their soon to be ex-wife? Excuse me, I can't make it to court because I broke my penis. I mean, was he cocky about it? For lack of that wasn't a pun. That was not. I didn't mean to make it a pun. But like, was he arrogant about it? Was he, was he ashamed about it? Was he? How did he act?
He acted like he was kind of bashful about it, like,
Okay.
like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, if any, yeah, he acted, I mean, let me just tell you, I could write a Lifetime movie, but yeah, no, he just reached out to me and told me he wasn't going to make it to court because he broke his penis, and he really did. I mean, I never saw it again, but he really did. He wasn't making it up. He had to go to the hospital.
That's horrible. I'm wondering if I didn't mean to laugh. I was thinking about like
No, I mean,
bitter
okay.
exes like sending pictures of his broken penis, be like, "Look what you emotionally did to me."
No,
Did you? I was gonna ask, did you make like a ritual and curse him to break his penis the night before?
No, he actually, when I that was the first, last, and only time ever I would even consider marrying after the anyways, no, he literally told me he was having sex with his girlfriend, and we had a very toxic relationship, and he, I used to, whenever he would start with me, I would just go like this. I would go, and it was like a trigger for him to go into a rage. But obviously he was having sex with his girlfriend, and he was on the maybe on the smaller side, so it came out, and when he went to put it back in, it literally broke. Like seriously, he told me. So
Wow.
Yeah.
I understand that issue. Not the broken penis part, but the slipping out part.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
I now have a horrible story to share.
Oh, no.
So I don't even know whether or not to share this, but I'm going to share it anyway. My sister in college one day calls me and tells me that the craziest thing has just happened to her. So she had a boyfriend at the time, Gabe. Lovely boy, not very bright. And apparently he was having sex with her. He decided to slip it into the other hole against my sister's consent because he was drunk. And he snapped it in half.
Oh my gosh.
And my sister called me and was just like, what do I do in this situation? And I was like, well, first dump him and then help him. And she did. She did exactly that. She dumped him and then she helped him.
Wow.
Horrible.
Wow.
No, it really does happen. It really happened to my ex. So, and it really happened to Gabe. I don't know how common that is, but it does happen.
And that's why I keep the men that I know in chastity cages.
Absolutely. It's for safety.
That's why
It's
I stay
just
bottom.
practical.
This is why I'm the bottom. You know, I've only had 3 topping experiences. That's it.
You're a woman. It's different.
You know, it is.
I think
Sure
I
is
found the
different.
quote for the show. That's why I keep men in chastity cages. That's the clickbait for the show. You want to do 2 more questions and then
I
we're out
love
of here?
that.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Hit me.
All right. Here. Okay. 2 more questions. Let me get to we're doing an easy one. This is a. All right. Let's see what I got.
Vaudeville.
In what decade did the French maid outfit become a staple in Halloween and costume party culture in the United States? Was it the 1960s, the 1970s, the 1980s, or the 1990s? Neci.
I'm going to guess the 80s.
You're going to guess the 80s. You're going to guess the 80s. In what decade did the French maid outfit become the staple in Halloween and costume party culture in the United States? We have 1 for the 80s. Miztress Claudia is still here, or I think
she's coming back.
She's coming back. Sammy, what do you think? What decade?
I honestly don't know, but I'm going to go 60s. I think it's been in the
All
culture
right.
for a while. I'm probably wrong, though.
Well, Sammy, you are absolutely right. You are absolutely
Hey,
correct.
let's go.
Well, wait, Claudia doesn't know. Claudia doesn't know. Don't tell her. Claudia. In what decade did the French maid outfit become a staple in Halloween and costume party culture in the United States? The 1960s, the 70s, the 80s, or the 90s? Oh, I don't think she's there. But Sammy, you are absolutely correct. And for that, you get your garters will always stay fastened when you want them to.
Wait, but I already have the stockings that stay up whenever I want them to.
No, you have the stockings that don't
Can
run.
I just have a French maid outfit from the 60s?
You can, yeah, okay, that's a good one.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's it.
But
That's
it fits me.
I'll add that to a custom made. I'll add that to the list of gifts of good gifts.
I get to travel back in time and have a maid outfit custom made for myself in the 60s with whatever style I choose. That's fabulous. I love the 60s.
Just be careful with time travel. You don't want to alter the future.
Maybe I do.
The correct answer is the 60s, and then we go to all right. This is one. Mrs. Claudia, you still there? Oh, her voice.
I'm seeing things, but not hearing.
She's muted.
Can't hear you. Let's see if she's mute. No, she's not mute. No, I can't hear you, Mrs. Claudia. It's okay. You want to come back in, come back out. Oh. Miztress Claudia, she went back in. She'll come back out. There she is. Okay, so finally, what is the name of a female minor stock character in opera and theater, often a pert lady's maid? Often a maid, female minor stock character in opera and theater. Is it A, Missy, B, Sissy, C, housekeeper, or D, soubrette? Neci
Feel like
Archer?
I feel like housekeeper is a throw off answer. So I'm not gonna pick that
Okay.
one.
Okay.
I think
one choice.
I think it's Missy.
You think it's Missy? Okay. And Sammy?
I don't think
What
you'll
is
give
the
us
name-
two sissy answers twice.
I'm very unpredictable. You never know. So you're saying it's Missy? You're saying it's
Yeah.
Missy. Sammy, what do you think? What is the name of a female minor stock character in opera theater that often plays the maid?
Soubrette.
Missy, Sissy, housekeeper, or soubrette? You say soubrette. Okay, we got one for Missy, one for soubrette. Miztress Claudia, for the last question, what is the name of the female minor stock character in opera or theater, often a lady's maid? Is it Missy, Sissy, housekeeper, or soubrette?
Oh God, I don't know. Let's say Missy.
Neci says Missy also. And both of you are absolutely wrong. I get why you chose it, though. Seriously, I totally get why you chose it. And for that, you get a gourd of bees because you're wrong. And for those who don't know, Miztress Claudia may remember what a gourd of bees signifies. It's Cleopatra. The rumor of Cleopatra made dildos out of gourds of bees. And yeah, so you get gourds of bees. And Sammy was right again. Dominating. Totally dominating.
That's my job.
Yes, totally.
That's what I do.
Yes.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, and I can never get enough. By the way, I would like to just point out that this is powdered sugar.
Oh, okay, good. And you have, this is what I have written down for you, Sammy. You get to make pottery with the ghost of Patrick Swayze.
Amazing. I love Patrick Swayze, one of the sexiest men to ever live. Him and Kevin Bacon. Can I have a threesome with the two of them? Because that's what I really want. My life would be complete. Love Kevin Bacon.
6 degrees of kink. Oh yeah, I paddled that person who paddled that person who flogged that person.
If you get Michael J. Fox involved, dreams complete. Maybe get Tom Cruise in there too before he went crazy and got really into Scientology. Amazing.
Before we go, Neci, your outfit is absolutely amazing. I don't want to. This is not about exploitation. This is about Oh my God! Can you show this to us? Can you show us the lock? Can you show us everything? I'm going to take everybody out. Okay.
Can you see it? I don't know. Can you? This is like. I don't know if you can see it. But like this is like the lock. I have the key right here, so I do have the key, but it's locked on. I don't know if you were able to see it or not. It's like right here.
We're able to see.
So, okay, I can't take my dress off. At least not for the moment. I do need help to unlock it, even if I have the key.
Now, can you do us a favor and Nathan Jade, who's going through some things, is exploring sissification, is really enjoying this. Could you basically show Nathan and show the audience what you're wearing? Turn around. I mean, you made the bed before; it was amazing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess I can't really move my chair all that much. But yeah, this is my maid outfit that this is my newest one that I got. We got cute little garters. It's got matching panties and garter belt. Yeah, this is it. I also have the mincing ribbons with it, but I didn't have time to put those on. Yeah.
Neci, you are absolutely beautiful. You look beautiful. The dress is magnificent. It really makes me yearn for my own freshman. Seriously, thank you all of you for coming on the show and seriously representing not only the people who are into the sissy narrative, people who are into femdom, people who are in the kink culture, all of that. It's going to be a great week. Read a book. Check out Your Kinky Friends. I wrote a book all about how kink culture saved grief. And I got to say one last thing. You know, kinky people do some regular, normal stuff sometimes. We played bingo. We went like 10 deep. And Miss J made these. And little did I know that bingo is wild. It's like people like almost compete with the tables, the stuff they have in the centers. People bring food. We had every cheese you could think of, cookies, snacks, every drink. It was awesome. And homemade things. Shout out to Miss J. Oh, we had a kinky group of people. This is beautiful. Coconut, chocolate, figs, all. Oh my God.
Figs.
So good. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go around the room. How can people support you and get in touch with you? Start with Miztress Claudia. How can people support you and get in touch with you and, all that?
They could go to my website, mistressclaudia.com, or they could, you could find me on the internet. You could text me, email me. I don't respond to phone calls.
And Neci Archer, how can people get in touch with you and support everything you do?
You can check out my Twitter. It's just my name, Neci Archer, NECI. And then if you want to support me, I have my OnlyFans. Same name as well, Neci Archer, NECI Archer.
And of course, Sammi Smith. How can people get in touch with you, see your content, and read everything you do, and just support you?
Well, you can do a lot more than that. You can meet me if you really want to. And you have the money for it. My email for bookings is sammyslammy1969@gmail.com. And then my OnlyFans is Sammi Smith 26. And then my Twitter is Sammy_Slammy.
Hey, I highly recommend, seriously, anyone who's into sissification, femdom, feminization, French maid outfits, silk, garter belts, stockings, pegging, you name it. Follow all three of these people. They are amazing, and they make amazing content. Seriously, inspiring content. I see these people doing what they do online. It makes me want to go out and like tackle the day. Seriously, in a fun, kinky way. Incredibly inspiring. I cannot say how much I love these people. Everybody, read a book. Support yourkinkyfriends.com. Go to Patreon YKF. We need money to kind of keep this going. You don't see this. This is not. There's not tons of money involved. We're not in the the south of France doing crazy stuff. We're real people doing kinky things. So support us. Read a book. Support everybody. Yourkinkyfriends.com. Get 15% all inventory at lockedandlust.com with the offer code YKF. It's going to be a great week. Be cool. Be kind. Keep an open mind. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.